Hi, everybody. Welcome to Real Moms of Real Estate. What do we got this week?
I think we're all talking about just feeling like we're in a rut.
The end of summer rut.
Yeah, that summer sticky rut.
Stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
It's when you're really uplifting.
Yeah.
Really, really
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still
Sure you're drinking
recovering
water.
from falling off camera.
Yeah,
That was
actually
I'll be a minute. You guys go ahead.
so funny. No, I think this is a natural time of year for like a reset. I mean, it's like I just literally last week I was like, okay, everyone's in school. Like everyone. It's amazing. And then there's like, oh, now I'm not doing that. So now what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about like previous episode about like that 2-week kind of lull that happens in real estate right when school starts because everyone's kind of panicking and going back to they're creating their new normal. So I don't know if that's, I mean, I don't have any kids in school. They're still in daycare, but I'm like, I don't know if that's contributing to my feeling like I'm stuck. Like I need to get excited about it again.
Yeah, I get
If that
that.
makes sense.
I get that. I think that makes a lot of sense. So what are your plans for that?
I don't know.
I mean, I know you've got to like hatch this baby.
I know.
Countdown. Minor detail. Yeah.
We're like at 50 something days. So I had a minor freak out about that the other day. I was like, okay, cool. We're going to have a little potato soon. What are we going to do there? But I
found out yet?
no.
Oh my God.
My husband tricked me the other day because it was his birthday and my
Mm-hmm.
parents gave him a card. He's like, oh, the only card I haven't opened. And he like actually opened the envelope to the gender.
Oh man.
And I was like, I mean, if you want to find out,
Yeah,
like
it's your
go
birthday.
get
Happy
after
birthday.
it. And he's like, no. And he closed it. So we were close, but
Oh,
nah.
no way.
No,
I'll do it.
I had, and I think I jinxed myself because the other day someone asked me what I was going to do this time for maternity leave. And I said, I'm not taking any new clients right now.
hmm
Well,
Are you slammed?
yeah, I just told Katie, I was like, I just reached, like 4 people just reached out to me in the past 2 days that were not on the radar at all, that were like literally texting me, hey, I'm ready to sell my house.
Beautiful.
ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I should be super excited.
Yeah.
Because that's just like free business.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything. I'm just sitting here. But I'm like, oh, I just need to get excited about that.
Yeah.
It just feels like one more thing that I have to do before the baby comes. It's like that ticking timeline, that deadline that it's like, oh, sure, we'll just pack one more thing in there.
It'll all be good.
It'll all
Like
work
those
out.
50 days
But
roll right by.
I just need to get some fire lit under my butt.
Good thing is it usually only takes like 30 days and some change to sell a house.
Yeah.
So
I would love the
Okay.
baby to be here in 30 days, though. If they come 20 days early, that sounds good to me.
please, by all means.
Yeah. But
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think I'm trying to like I don't know. I need to figure it out though. I'm trying to like stay in a good mindset when I catch myself slipping and being like, "Oh," and being like, "No. We're like really glad we're here. We're happy we're getting to go on these showings." Like I always say like this time last year you would have been so excited that someone was calling you to go see a house. Like you need to keep that, but sometimes it's just like hard to get in that like peppy state.
It certainly can be.
Mhm.
It certainly can be.
To be on,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
to turn it on.
Yeah.
It's funny, we're all at like different stages of how long we've been in real estate. And I think we had a conversation about like 10 years in, right? You're like, do I still
Almost.
love this? And
Almost,
how do
yeah.
I kind of find ways to ebb and flow and maybe try out new avenues, different types of clients, different types of properties. I'm still playing with building this kind of like separate arm of my business, and there's very obviously a need for it. Like I've been having agents call me, agents outside of our office, like, hey, I heard you do this and I need either a pep talk or I need to see your checklist. So can you walk me through it? And I'm like, man, I really just need to structure this. But I'm stuck in like, if I lean in, then I've got to build it all out. And then I have to, commit to doing it and be good at doing it. So I'm just like holding myself back. But like, maybe I should do it. Maybe that's something I can get excited about.
Yeah. I
haven't
think you
done it.
would be good at it. And once you get it like started, I feel like it'll just start
Roll.
rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like getting started.
Yeah, I think the problem is like so many balls in the air. Like we
Yeah.
always talk about that. It's like if I throw another one up, I'm certain to drop something. So like what am I committing to kind of dropping the ball on
Yeah.
to
And
start something new?
I totally agree with that, but it's the thought of just don't drop a glass one. You know, if
Yeah.
it's a rubber one, fine, let it fall, see what happens. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
but
good.
it's don't drop a glass one, and you will recover the jet.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Every time, every time. Like I'm actually totally excited because everyone's back at school and I can actually focus at work again. I'm like, woohoo! There's so much to do. It's just fun. You know what I mean? Like it's a different. I don't know. Like I'm like, okay, I'm back in gear. Good.
Yeah.
I'm like, there are 12 weeks till the week of Thanksgiving.
That's wild.
There are 12. There are 12.
That's
There were 13 last week. There are 12 this week.
Yeah.
There will be 11 next week. You know, so it's like, I mean, so for me, that's like kind of exciting because I'm like, okay, I've got another quarter here where we're going to get 2023 exactly the way we want it. And then we've got those 4 weeks of December where we button up the last ends and figure out the last pendings, enjoy a little bit of time off, and then get back at it. But it's like, it's only 12 weeks.
Yeah.
That'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
But that's like why we're running Ignite, like Ignite's running next month and then Bold runs the month after that because this is a natural,
Lol.
it's just you need I
Springboard.
think you need a springboard or you need a structure or you need a thing that gets you back at it, you know? And the best part of it is, and I know this sounds really Cruella de Villish, but it's like all of our competition is feeling wah wah. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you know, that's 4 people are finding you because like, okay,
Yeah, they're
we're
ready to go.
Yeah. And it's like maybe that person that's, you know, ran into them in the produce section with their name tag on didn't reach out because they were wah wah. And now you got them.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I love it.
Yeah, I'll step in and take that business. That's
Yeah.
a good.
It's all good. Yeah. It's all good. So,
And I do love the like Q4 because,
mhm.
and I think we need to take a step back. Like we need to plan out like
Right.
client touches for Q4 because there's so many fun
Oh my gosh.
opportunities to
So many.
engage with your clients
Yeah.
in your database, and like the business planning part of the year. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that. So I think maybe taking a step
Reinvigorating.
back. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Like what are we focusing on? You know, and getting
Mhm.
excited around
Yeah.
those touches and stuff.
Yeah. Very much so.
I know for me, like I tend to, I don't know if you guys feel this way too, but when I feel like I'm being pulled between like mom life
Mhm.
and family and work and it's all jumbled together, then that's when I feel really,
Right.
really stressed out and leads to like the burnout.
Makes total
Um,
sense.
Because you're trying to do everything all at once,
Right.
managing
Yes.
everything. Exactly. Like this weekend was so busy
Yeah.
and chaotic. And my kids both had soccer games. I was literally at the field from like 9 to 2.
Yeah.
I'm like taking phone calls on the sidelines. My husband's mad. It's like, you're not even watching the game. And I'm like,
Right.
we just have to, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we just have to get this stuff done. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really have.
Kind of embrace the chaos.
Yeah, exactly. So that's when I feel like I'm like neglecting
Right.
my family, but like
Sure.
things have to keep moving forward with business. It's hard.
Yeah, I like what you said about Q4, and I feel like kind of piggybacking off of what you said about a full reset or like kind of forcing yourself to dig in and put some things in place. Like a big glass ball is like my family planning and saving and structure for our finances and like
Right.
what are our goals for next year, and that usually runs alongside business planning, right? You just get in that mindset and kind of like put things to paper. And so my husband and I just dropped like a weekly meeting on our calendars
Yeah.
so that we can talk about, are we meeting our goals? What are our goals?
Right.
And it seems kind of silly. We were like laughing on the couch there and having a glass of wine, like, why am I having to schedule time with you to do this? But it is
Because
just
you
that
have to
crazy.
schedule time to
and
do
we're
it.
missing it. Like
Right.
we're missing it. So yeah, so I feel like the same thing. I'm excited to go into like, what does next year look like for our family, new neighborhood, you know, new house, and hopefully some new exciting goals too.
When you move into that new house, I feel like a weight is going to be lifted off your shoulders,
Totally.
just so you're finally you'll be settled. That'll be huge.
Yeah. Talk about feeling stuck. It's like when we started that project, I was like, this isn't my first rodeo. We've got, you know, our budget and we've got bids and contractors lined up and like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. We're just
Right.
going to knock it out. And then, you know, the summer happened, August got a little crazy. And then one day I looked up, I'm like, cool. So we're out of money. Contractors are MIA. Like,
Right.
looks like we're going to
Awesome.
be moving in by Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm feeling definitely stuck there, but I know it won't take much to get it back on track.
It is. And I think part of it too is knowing that it's kind of okay to feel stuck sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like I again, it's like you see everyone's highlight reel on social media, you know, and it's like, you know, that's the mom that's, you know, giving the violin lesson while they're teaching their children how to butterfly and everything, and it just doesn't.
No.
You gotta. It's just part of it.
Yeah, and I think some
It's
of like
just
my
part of it.
best ideas come when I actually slow down and
Yeah.
reset. Like we had to pause on the kitchen, and so in that time we were over there like making sure we had everything together. And I was like, this kitchen's not right. Like something's off, and the sink was not centered under the big beautiful like window. And I was like, I will burn this house down if we don't fix this.
Yeah.
It's got to change.
That would
And
bother you
so-
every single
Yeah, it
day
would.
for
yeah,
years.
so we
Yeah.
made that adjustment, and I feel so much better about it. But I might not have caught it.
Yeah.
if it was just all rolling with like four
Sure.
different people working to get side by side. So
No, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
It makes total sense.
gotta like give yourself space to think.
Yeah, and give yourself a little grace if you're not feeling awesome every day. You know what I mean? Like, ugh, I don't want to do this because sometimes you just don't want.
Yeah. Well, I feel like especially after the summer, like, and everybody's traveling, you're doing 1,000 things. The days are longer, which I love. But like the days are longer, so you're packing more stuff in, and then finally you feel like you're slowing down a little bit for the school season. But then you're trying to pack everything in to a short amount of time, and you feel like, at least I feel like my time is running out
Right.
to be productive. Like
Well,
it'd be
your
a normal
time is running
productive.
out. Just
I know.
saying.
So
I'm just gonna throw that out there because it is.
Actually, I need like a big red blinking clock
Yeah,
like in front of my
exactly.
bed. But like I feel like I'm trying to manage all these things like into a short window of time of like unknown time pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I am excited because this weekend we did look at our calendar and we're like, we have nothing planned for like Labor Day weekend.
Don't you love that?
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we don't like forget we've forgotten something
Mm-hmm.
possible. But hoping that we don't have to do anything. Maybe I can just float around in a pool like a little whale. But
Oh,
I think that sounds lovely.
it does.
I do. We were gonna go out of town for a couple days. And we're like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Same. I had Garth Brooks tickets in New
Oh,
Orleans.
Fabulous.
And we've had it planned for a long time, and I just was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't like do the car seat in the airport.
Will not enjoy it.
situation.
Mhm.
I'll take them.
Sit her in another city. Yeah, we just canceled it.
I get that. I get that. And I think it's not having guilt about that. It's like, no, this is just not the time for this. And that's okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to simplify our time a lot more and not feeling like pressure to like, oh, we were invited to this, so we have to go. You know, like I think that helps just to create space.
I
for,
think
like,
you're right. I bought
priorities.
this hand towel the other day and it says, I want to be invited, but I'm not coming.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I love this. I'm like, I do want to be invited and I don't want to go and I'm not coming.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm like, oh, I don't know who this person is that did that. It's like that towel that you got me with the, it's like, yep, it's perfect. Yeah. It's
It
just
is
how
hard to
is.
say no to events though, because you're like, oh, or available. But it's like, it would be nice to just stay at home or like take a trip to Costco
Yeah.
or
I've
just,
been.
Have a simple weekend.
just do laundry.
I've always been a yes man. I say yes to everything, and it's starting to catch up to me for sure. Like we are constantly doing something. Everyone's always commenting on it. Like, how do you do it?
Right.
You know, and I'm like, I don't do it well anymore. I
Yeah.
gotta readjust.
Yeah.
I don't actually.
No, that makes sense.
My husband jokes, he's like, future Lucy is excited. She is ready to go. She's there.
That's very
But
funny.
like present Lucy, not happy.
much.
Not happy. Not happy.
That's very funny. So what do you have like a thing that you do to get unstuck? Like if you're feeling like wah wah, like what do you tell yourself? What do you do?
For me, more like mentally, it's like a house reset. I know that sounds like probably really simple, but if I have like one day where I can Cinderella deep clean my house and feel like there's some order there, I could go to the grocery. The groceries are clean. They're put away. Like everything is where it should be. Then I feel mentally more prepared to take on whatever else.
Disaster
Yeah.
awaits you in your
Yeah.
email inbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the exact same thing.
Do you?
It's like if things feel like they're in order, then I can like tackle everything else. But if like the foundation isn't stable, then I feel like I'm not in a good place to go
Yeah.
out into the world and
Yeah.
serve clients or, you know.
I can't take on one more thing because I have a mountain thing of laundry to do and there's dog hair, tumbleweeds rolling across the floor,
Yeah.
you know.
Always.
Just like takes up space in your
Yeah.
mind. It's,
Yeah.
You know.
Clutter.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
yeah. It's my house.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no input. I am trying to like figure out better ways to like get there, get more excited, but it's tough out there. It's tough out there right now.
Do you feel like you have to feel excited?
No, I feel like I'm better at my job when I am in that headspace though. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I'm actively also like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be great. Like, let's just go check it out. Like, you might like it, you might not, but it's worth seeing. Right now, I'm like, well, did you see on the disclosure?
This has one less
it
bedroom than
Uh-huh.
what you wanted. Yeah.
You are self-sabotaging.
I know. I know. And I haven't like actually I've still been going and doing the things, but I catch myself thinking stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, this isn't at all what you told me you wanted yesterday. So it's just I don't know. I think it'll be fine. I'm just trying to like go through the motions of it all.
Yeah, I think part of it too, this is kind of like time specific is, I mean, I was dying last week of heat. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
God.
I would walk in the door and like melt into my house. I was like, blah, because it was so flipping hot. I mean,
It was awful last
oh
week.
my God.
Yeah.
I showed a house over in Goshen and it was on like an acre and I had Gianna with me per usual. And they had their little ones with them too, so it wasn't like horrible. But of course, like in the very back of the property, it was this like huge, beautiful like pole barn. So obviously like they wanted to go check it out. When I tell you, when I get back in the car, I look like I got like rained on. It was just
Oh, I
like,
bet.
my hair was stuck to my
Wilted.
face. I had like a sweat stash. I was really like carrying Gianna. She was sweaty. I was just like, no. Immediately air conditioning on.
And
Oh my gosh.
for everyone's listening, last week I looked at the thing because I was like, there's no way it's just as hot. It was 96 degrees here in Cincinnati, Ohio. But then on the weather app, it says it felt like 117.
Yes, it,
It was
did.
terrible.
And it was so humid.
It was like hard
Makes
to
sense.
breathe.
Yeah.
almost.
Yes, it was thick.
Yeah, it was rough.
Not a good time.
That was pretty rough.
Wow.
But yeah, it's that summer slump that we just need to bolt ourselves back up.
I feel
Get
like
through quarter
for me,
four.
I have to like manifest. Like I have to
Yeah.
like picture whatever it is I'm trying to get excited about it. So a lot of times it's that planning situation. Like I have to like put some things down to know what I'm running towards. Like I have a few things going on right now that like they're dominoes. Like if one falls, it's all going to come together. And like if someone sells these two properties, he's going to buy, and scale to
Right.
something else. And so that's like one client. And then I've got another listing that's sitting right there on. It's like if it all goes, then I'm going to have a really great month.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to
Yeah.
picture what that's going to feel like at the end of it. And that makes me want to put it out there in front of agents and like scrap, to
Right.
make it happen. So
Right.
I have to like manifest the end goal.
I like love that you say that because I've been like like I said, I've been trying to be really intentional about my headspace, and that was like something that I've been been like listening to all the little mantras you can, like I don't know, trying to just manifest like being mine isn't necessarily always like monetary or that kind of stuff. It's just like being in a better headspace. Like I'm gonna have a really great day. Like things are gonna go good. But yeah, I love it. And I really think it does make a huge difference. Like, I don't know, just saying it out loud and like hearing it, and you're like, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
I am going to do this.
I also totally lose myself if I don't get like 30 minutes to an hour of exercise probably 4 times a week. Like
100%.
if I cannot like check in with my own body and brain for a little bit, I lose my mind. So, I mean, even with the heat, it's been hard. Like usually it's like hot yoga for me, which is not.
Yeah.
Stand
Yeah,
out,
walk
walk
outside
out,
yoga.
and stretch. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't want to be able to hear a child. I don't want my phone anywhere near me. And I just want to like tune in for a second. And I usually come out of that feeling like really energized.
So to piggyback on that, I like just joined this gym to like, it has a daycare. So I was like, oh, this is going to be
Perfect.
great.
Which one?
It's called Silver Lake.
Oh.
It's in Kentucky. It's
Right by my house.
literally amazing. It's
Yeah.
the
We're going to
coolest
join
place
in like
ever.
2 years. It's awesome.
It's freaking cool. But I took her there for the first time and she just hated it. They said she's like cried the entire time pretty much that I was
Oh,
gone.
just what you want to hear.
So now it's like I'm like, yeah, that's like usually notoriously in the past been my like reset time. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go put my earphones on, listen to some like murder podcast. This is gonna be amazing.
So
Lift some
relaxing.
heavy
know.
stuff. Ooh,
The old
this
murder
girly thing.
sprint.
That's funny.
Lift heavy things, listen to someone get murdered, you know. But now, even when I'm in there, I'm like, I need to hurry because I don't know if she's in there wailing the whole time and I feel bad.
They adjust.
The
My,
more-
my mine was the same way at first, and then now like loves it, and I have to like drag him out of the. you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That makes me feel better.
There's a Darius Rucker song about that. Just saying.
Well, every single time I come in there, she's like attached to the poor lady that's just trying to like
Take care of the other kids.
manage all these
Right.
children. And she's like, she'll never say it because she's the sweetest soul there ever was. But I can see when I get in there, she's like, oh my God, like,
She's back.
take this one.
Keep trying because
I do, yeah.
my son just went to the same daycare, but he moved up to like a toddler room now. Dropped him off yesterday, screamed, wailed, cried. I was like literally just like peeling him off of me and handing him. I'm like, you're going to have fun. And they said he had a bad day yesterday. And I mean, it happens. He's in a new environment. And so, again, today, screamed, cried. I'm like, okay, you're just going to have to keep doing this because you're,
This
You're
is where
going
you go
here.
now, yeah.
yeah. So just they say it only takes like a week to readjust. So just try to go like consistently and maybe she'll get more used to it.
I'm gonna try.
And you only work out for like what, 45 minutes to an hour?
Well, so normally I would love to, but I've been trying to cut it all. Like I've been,
packing it in.
yeah, like really just going really heavy in like 20, 30 minutes and then going to get her.
Yeah.
But I'd love to not do that because by the end of it, I feel like dead.
Yeah.
I like a leisurely workout where I can casually feel dead at the end. I don't want to immediately feel dead at the end. So.
That's funny. It's whatever it takes. Get out of the slump.
Yeah.
So I remember last week when we were wrapping up, when we kind of decided on like this topic, we had all been talking about how like if anything goes wrong in like day-to-day life, it automatically like comes back on you. And I think like as the mom, at least in my house, that's how it works usually. Love you, babe. But usually how it works. But like, I think that has like not helped. I think that puts me in a slump too because I'm always planning. Like, I'm trying to plan around okay, this is what needs to get done, and then like, okay, well, if this happens and I have to take her with me, and this and that.
The shit hits the fan plan.
Right.
The unknown, like now I'm
I
scrambling.
just gotta like roll with it a little better. But I
Totally.
think I spend so much time stressing over it. It's like mentally exhausting.
Do you feel like you're stressing over it sometimes even when it hasn't happened?
No, I always,
Yeah.
literally in the morning when I'm like planning out my day, like I immediately am going to like, okay, but then if this doesn't happen and I have to bring her with me, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. And then I'm like, you literally have a babysitter like lined up, no problems have been brought up. You
Nothing has
either-
happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like available to you, but maybe some more structure. It's like time.
Right.
Because, well, for me, like I ran with that for a long time with my first, like just bringing him everywhere. And at some point, like I think my husband was like, "You're losing your mind. I'm losing my mind. Like we've got to change something here." And we started putting more structure to things. And then I had more time for myself, even to just like drive in a quiet car and listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
To reset, you know?
Yeah.
If you always have her with you, like until she goes to kindergarten,
Yeah.
you're going to melt.
Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, she's getting more and more mobile and independent, probably, and that's
she's
fun
like
to chase her around while you're at it.
hellion child. Like she's the one where I'll look over and she's like scaling the wall. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Let me go grab her really quick.
They try to hurt themselves every hour of every day. So they're one.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
I was hanging with friends, and we looked over, and their kid was on top of the fridge, like a goat. I'm like, how did this kid even do that?
the cabinet.
Like
Yeah.
something my kid would do, I swear.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I've got to experience the really highs of this business and the lower parts though, because it puts it into perspective. Like it doesn't feel as bad when like the first time I was in this like rut and I didn't know I was going to come out of it. I guess you never know, but I did. So this time it kind of like has an end in sight where I'm like, you're going to be fine. It's just going to take a few deals for you to pick back up and you're gonna pep right back up.
Well, let's bookmark this and check in.
Check in a few months. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see what happens with the slump when we check back in.
Yep.
All right.
Good.
Sounds good. See you guys later.